Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time, even if it's not by Waffle House. Still working on the Folgers. That's what we're doing right now. Brandon, good to see you here. Good to see you here. He's first. Fred, you were that close. You were that close to being first. You were like a whisper of a parrot. No, anyways. I'm teasing everybody. I hope everybody is doing good on this Tuesday. Here for me, 5:12 p.m. Central Standard Time. It rained this morning, 8 to noon, roughly. Sun came out. Then about an hour ago, sun was out. Then it was like rain turning into a little bit of just like teensy weensy not pellet size hail, but like sand size, and then it stopped. So they're still calling for, that's sunny out. They're calling for 25 to 30 mile an hour winds later. So Lord forbid if something goes down on the broadcast, I said going down, that it could be that. All right. We're shooting for, I don't know. I like doing these like between an hour and a half. I think to me these seem to be about the right size for Mr. Psycho anyway. Give me the big ones, as I used to say in the drugstore. Oh boy. Anyways, and you know what? Hopefully, no more music deaths for a little while. Okay. Hopefully not. We do have a prayer request to go out to, though, in a second. 5:16 p.m. Central Standard Time, says Fern. That's right. Currently, we are at 58 degrees. Yeah, 58 degrees. And get this, like I said, it's supposed to rain between 10 and midnight and then flip to snow, supposedly around 2 to 3 in the morning. I'm like, that's great. But it's supposed to be 50 for a high, so it's not going to stay. It'll probably be melted by noon, I bet you. Northwest Arkansas is very weird. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? I appreciate the 16 people that are here. Watching from the sideline at work, totally understand. Sometimes I even film from the sideline, which is what I feel like today. I feel like I'm on the sideline, and I'll explain that shortly. Indeed, yes. But so that's what we're looking at. Hello, land of the misfit toys. Fact. That's right. That is a fact. It is the island of VC misfit toys. And yeah, and so is Northeast Oklahoma. Yeah, it's all over. Oklahoma, though, I got to admit, okay, I've been through there a handful of times. I know people that live in Oklahoma, okay. I don't think you'd ever catch me moving to Oklahoma. I could be wrong on that, but I have no desire to move to Oklahoma. Visit it? Sure. I'm hoping maybe between now and the end of the year to at least go back to Tulsa for a visit. And by the way, if you do live in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, okay, if you live in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, Wax Masters is doing another record show. It's in Tulsa. I think it's in Chimera is the name of the place. They have done it now for several seasons. Yeah, weird that is indeed. Oklahoma was never like this. It's called Harp. That's what it is. You're up by Ponca City. Now I've heard of Ponca City, but you got me. Like I said, I've only been through. I need to make a stop in Miami to go to Waylon's Cuckoo, his drive-through, and I need to go see the very small exhibits on the Steve and Cassie Gain from Lynyrd Skynyrd. They were born in Miami, Oklahoma, and of course they were in the plane crash in '77. And I'd love to go see that. And then I want to go peruse around Tulsa. I want to go to the church studio, former Leon Russell's studio. They say it's open 7 days a week. I would love to go in there. And if they could give me permission, I would love to do just a short episode in the church. That would be something, don't you think? I think so anyway. So, I hope everybody is doing good. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. Out of all honesty, okay? I'm trying. I really am. That's right. There is the Bob Dylan Center in Tulsa. Isn't that downtown? If I remember correctly, I went to the Woody Guthrie. I only got to be in there 5 minutes, though. They kicked me out because it was closing time. I didn't know that. So I got to go back in there and go check it out some more. That'd be some fun. This land is your land. This land is my land. Anywho, so as you could see, the title says Record Show Finds Part Deux. That's right, because I know some people have asked me privately, we're going to go into this topic. This topic I didn't want to go into. I didn't. But I'm going to. We're going to get through it. And we're all going to be okay. All right? All right. So, can you give me, well, we're not starting this crap. So, but if you stick around and listen, you're going to hear what's going to happen. Okay? Okay. So I had to wipe the last episode. I've only ever had to do that. This would be the third episode in the history of Psycho's Platters I've had to wipe. The one before that was because of the unexpected lady in the towel, in the robe, thought she was being funny. Thank God it was in small thumbnail. I'm like, I just shut the broadcast down the minute that happened. I'm just like, this is the problem sometimes with live. You never know what's going to happen, Just like in the days of the 1950s TV when it was live until they could figure out the kinescope. You just never knew what was going to happen. Just like sometimes you don't know what's going to happen on the Psycho Platter Show. Sometimes I like that. Sometimes I don't. As I've told you people before, I'm not a big fan of surprises, good or bad. Okay. Does that make me a fuddy-duddy old man? No, it makes me cautious is what I have to be. I have to be cautious. So let me give you the nutshell of things. I canceled the last episode. Yeah, I said canceled. I wiped it. There was just too much drama from both sides. Okay? All the way around. What have I said about drama? Drama is nonsense. Nonsense is drama. Okay? It's eternal. It's one of those infinity things. This is my channel of therapy. I get to be with you people, okay? And you get to be with me. This is our show. Ours, okay? I'm just the idiot host, the ringleader, the ringmaster of the psycho circus, if you will. And we try to have fun. We play videos. Sometimes we're silly. I don't mind being silly. And we try to have a good rapport, especially with the panelists that I have up here. But it appears to me that we have had some issues. And because of the issues, and I'm not going to mention names, there will be several people effective now that will no longer be allowed on panel. That is, that for some of it is my choice, some of it is consensual. Okay? But I will not be banning these three people from the chat. So they are allowed to be in the chat as long as they are civil and behave themselves. These three people know who they are. I am not going to go off and mention names. And I don't care if you people try to guess. I'm not going to answer you. Plain and simple. The only drama I will accept is the excellent 1980 album from Yes. And it is a damn epic album. I like it. And you, if you have not listened to it, go listen to it on YouTube. Hell, just go buy a copy. Even if you're not a Yes fan, you might dig it. Hey, Morton, how you doing? Psycho Circus is a great Kiss album. Yes, it's just too bad Dad Sheena and Paul kind of lied in regards to that. Hey, all four band members on this thing first time, which is true. all four band members are on it, but they're only on a total of several cuts, and the only cut that they play together is Into the Void, which is Ace's song, which is, I love Into the Void. Great song, great song. In Your Face should have been on that album. That was a big mistake. It ended up being a Japanese bonus track, but it should have been on the Psychoplatter. Drama was also a Norwegian 1980s pop band from the town of Larvik. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yes, with Buggles, that's right. Trevor Horn and Jeff Downs. Mr. Video Killed the Radio Star and I Am a Camera. Yes, you should get it again, Brandon. I think it's just very awesome. Yes, I know about Bianca Belair. Yes, I get wrestling updates too. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I heard the song that they dropped for the new album. I like it. I may end up having to buy this thing down the line myself. So Tull's still, even though it's Andy Anderson, Tull and his band, or he and his band, excuse me, are keeping the Tull name going. I really kind of wish that Martin Barr would still be there with them. I don't know if it's ever going to change and ever going to happen, So anyways, that was the announcement that I wanted to make, okay? So 3 people no longer up here on panel, but are allowed in chat as long as they behave themselves, okay? Okay, now, I do want to play some new music, and yeah, I'll probably get dinged for it. I usually get dinged all kinds of damn times. But I'd like to think maybe, just maybe, this one will be a little different considering it is on a smaller label. Hang on a second. I actually have a couple that I want to play, but this one here, it just came out last week, and it's long. A mini epic, if you will. And so this is from an artist by the name of Ricky Thrash. He does all the instruments on this thing, and it's called Rock Hero. And see if you guys dig this. Maybe you might. We'll play most of it, if not all of this one. And if I remember correctly, give me 1 second. It's on all streaming platforms, okay? No physical product that I'm seeing here. Great song. Great song, Brandon. I've got the Aqua album. Remember having to put those D batteries in? Anyways, Ricky Thrash, Rock Hero, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Anyways, I like Asia. I do. The first couple albums, actually. It's like City Boy Never Quit. Oh, boy. I know I'll get dinged for this because it's Relativity Records, but let me play one of my favorite Asia songs that does have John Payne. Okay, he was there for a long time. Roger Dean created the cover to this, and it actually got a little bit of airplay, barely. It's about 4.5 minutes. Maybe I'll play most of it so you guys can get a taste. Yeah, I said D. You are absolutely right. I did. Yeah, I never said they were going to be great trips. It's not like the Grateful Dead. What a long, strange trip it's been. Okay, maybe this channel is one long, strange trip. But I present to you from Asia, featuring John Payne and several original members. If I remember correctly, I think Jeff Downs, Carl Palmer are on this particular track. Along with Steve Howe does show up on other cuts on the album, but Who Will Stop the Rain? Yes, from the 1992 album Agua. Look at that Roger Dean cover. He came up with some cool, crazy shit. Leads me to wonder what what drugs he was on. It's a flying dolphin going after what's left of the Death Star. I don't know. I try. Doesn't always work that way, Brandon.
This problem is insoluble. The answer seems impossible. The logic ceases to exist. Emotion is the thing we miss. I stand on a world where dreams, realities, existence are the same. We take from our mother's skin, but the world is not to blame. Who tells the wind which way to blow? I wonder who will stop the rain. The rocks that hold the secrets.
Definitely. With the band Free. Yes, he did. He's still around doing other stuff. Thank you. I didn't know Simon Phillips was on this one. Never mind. I strike myself on that. Maybe, I don't know. I could have sworn 2 OG members were on this one. I don't know. I'm wrong. But I'll tell you this. They should add talented musicians all the time, it seemed like, in their lineup, whether it was the original or all the incarnations afterwards. I just feel bad that Sean went and said,
they don't know, so who can stop the rain? Desert, white cloud, spirits they see. Rain falls from the big sky onto broken wing. There is no sense in turning back to watch the debris from the track. Well, without reason, without rhyme, we fight for peace within a time. Who tells the wind which way to blow? I wonder who will stop the rain. We lost the bet, but all we know. Please can you stop?
there you go. How about that? Who says I won't try to stretch the bounds a little on all this? But that is one of the examples of your John Payne-led version, okay? Also, another thing that's kind of interesting about that album, so I was kind of wrong. I went and looked up really quickly. So Jeff Downes and Steve Howe are all over the album. Carl Palmer is in bits and pieces along with like Brandon said, Mr. Simon Phillips and Nigel Glocker from Saxon on there too, and on guitar, Al Petrelli as well. So a whole bunch of fun on that album. Check it out from 92, Agua. I think it originally was on Relativity Records. I could be wrong on that. They had a lot of smaller labels too at one point or another. But John Payne, he's got his version. I think he calls himself John Payne of Asia, and then of course the other Asia, if it's even still around anymore. The sad part about it, and I can tell you, well, a quasi true story. Okay, and this came from Carl Palmer's mouth, along with Bumblefoot, Ram Thal. See, Bumblefoot in the 2019 Royal Affair tour when they were out live. Okay, he was the singer. He was the bass player and the singer for Asia. And Jeff Downs, Carl Palmer were on stage. Okay, so you got that. Steve Howe came on for 3 to 4 songs, like the last 3 to 4 songs of the set. All right. And so you had 3/4 original lineup. And I went and I asked Carl and I asked Bumblefoot. I said, hey, I said, even though I missed John, I said, you did very commendable on stage out there. You really did. Now, if you remember, Bumblefoot used to play in Guns N' Roses. Excuse me. There we go. In Guns N' Roses and such, So this was kind of a different way of doing things. And I said, are you guys going to work on a new album, together in this lineup? And all I remember hearing was that there was some song ideas that were getting batted about, and I think they were talking about going to work on some demos. That's as far as we ever heard, because next thing I know, like I think it's a year later, Bumblefoot's not in the band anymore. I can't remember who the hell's the bass player now. So, but yeah, so the never-ending saga of Asia. That's right. We need another Asia album, though, even if it doesn't have John on it. Rest in peace, John Wetton. He was, imagine, though, here's the thing. Most people don't know this, but the original singer, or should I say, John Wetton was in the lineup of Asia, okay, along with the other ones I mentioned, but so was Roy Wood originally from ELO in The Move. He was technically in there in the germ stage, in the beginning stage, along with Robert Fleischman, who, of course, was a former singer of Journey, all right, for a few months in 77, and ended up being with Vinnie Vincent Invasion. Boys Are Gonna Rock, that video. I chuckle every time I watch that video. I just do it. If you've never seen it, go watch it, because it kicks everything way up to ridiculousness extreme. The song's good, but boy, oh boy, that whole video. But so Robert Fleischman was going to be in that band too. And when Fleischman and Wetton were working on things, and he's like, you know what? He's like, you sing these things really good, better than me. And he goes, I think let this be your project. So he left amicably. And so, yeah, Robert Fleischman was in Asia for 2 seconds. And I get he lasted a little longer than Roy Wood. I don't know why Roy Wood never stuck around, but boy, that would have kind of changed things a little in that lineup, wouldn't have? But all right. So I want to thank the 33 people that are in here. Thank you very much for coming on by. I'm going to ask you something, just a small teensy-weensy favor, weensy-teensy, if you will. If you haven't done yet, thumbs up, please. It'd be beautiful. It's not required. Nothing's ever required, Subscribe if you haven't yet. There is some new people that are looking into the channel, and that's beautiful. Also, if you care and if you're inclined, please donate, because it's called, now that we're in the month of March, it's called the Merry March. I don't know, damn it. It's a coffee fund. It's always powered by coffee each and every time. That's a promise. That's what's on the back of my business card I showed you guys from last episode. I do know more crappy bands. I know more about crappy bands than anybody I've ever met. You know what? In this case, I will take that as a compliment. because I don't mind. It is what it is. That's right. I love you too, friend. Trust me. Um, so let's see. Let's get into these record show finds. It is great to have variety, and I've got maybe one or two more videos we'll play. I know I'll have to clean it up, but we have, like, I think maybe we'll play the new one from Dokken. Yeah, you heard me right. Dokken's got a new album out too. We'll play that one and something else later. All right. So I went to Four State Record Show, Carthage, Missouri, last Saturday. Okay. For you people that got to see part one, good, because I'm not repeating it. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But yeah, Dokken does have new music. A single dropped. So I'll maybe play that in a little bit. It's a performance clip mixed with some other elements. So I did manage to pick up. Let's see, I picked up a CD. I picked up something off of my never-ending Monkees want list. Yeah, I've been looking for this one for quite a while. And sure, I could cheat and go to eBay and all that other stuff, but I don't want to, damn it. I want to be able to find it in the wild or at a record show, for God's sakes. There was so many records. Oh my God, there were so many records I wanted. I keep, I only went with an X amount of budget, and I landed within my budget, okay, because I had to. I had no choice. And but I learned that the next four-state record show in Carthage, Missouri, will be the last Saturday in July. They're moving it early this year, which to me is kind of odd, but whatever. Also, for you people, and I said you people, the Route 66 record show will be the last Sunday in March in Springfield, Missouri at the Relic Event Center. Okay, straight on Route 66. Get your kicks. Yeah, and I'm told that one is also a really, really big show too. And Mr. Psycho, it's not a gimme yet, but Mr. Psycho may be making an appearance. I'm not promising yet, but I'm hoping to. I want to make an appearance there, just like I did with the last one. I was giving out business cards last time. So I saw the last video that she made, and in fact, I was in the comments in some of that. I'm still just led to believe it's Patreon. So if you want to stay up in the know with the world of Rachel's Ghost 2. That's Roman numeral 2, by the way. She's not doing the free paywall anymore. I guess it's $5 a month. So if you want to keep up with that, Vag, how you doing? If you want to keep up with that, go see that if you care to. I think Ghost 2 has two videos up on their channel. That's all in capital letters, Ghost, and then the Roman numeral 2. Excuse me. All right. So I think that's all the commercials out of there. Like I said, there were 62 dealers. They really crammed as much as they could in there. I'm surprised that they didn't try to squeeze another couple dealers into that building, because they've had 65 before. So it was really close. They had some new ones too. John Humphrey from Seether and the Nixons was there. I got to shoot the breeze with him. Got him to kindly sign a few things. I'm not going to promise something, but maybe down the line, I will maybe get him to sign something extra, and maybe we can use it for a future giveaway. I don't know. That'd be kind of fun, I think. Don't you think? I haven't done a giveaway in a long time. But so the CD find that I went and found, the only one that I did there, by the way, is going to be a future episode of Jukebox from Hell. That's right. We're still working on the Paul McCartney one. I'm hoping to have that done tomorrow, I hope, and put that up. But just letting the 41 people in on this secret here. But what we did find happens to be, and I've been looking for, I thought I had a copy of this, and I'm like, I didn't And for $5, I figure, okay, you know, we had it's a 2 CD, one DVD, but from October 2006, the Who's Endless Wire. That's right. I'm a Who fan, but boy, oh boy, is this a stretch. Uh, anyways, I I remember back in the day, and this also comes with the bonus Live and Lion France. I don't want to lose anything here. This is your booklet, okay, and 3 CDs in here, okay. But so I can't wait to re-examine this for the show. Now, the live stuff is from 2005, and of course your lineup for Endless Wire: Roger and Pete, of course, from the Who, Zach Starkey on drums, Pino Palladino on bass, Rabbit Bundrick on keyboards, and Simon Townsend on guitar backing vocals. So Endless Wire from the Who. This will be a future jukebox from hell for sure. In fact, he'll probably be coming up pretty soon for that one. Yeah, that one, though, by the way, made it to number 7 in the U.S. Go figure, right? And number 9 in the U.K. in 2006, early 07. Now, hey, John, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. So the next thing is we've got a Monkees 45 that was on my want list for quite some time. And I don't think I paid too ridiculous for it, to be honest with you. There's some okay stuff on there. I still prefer Gordon Lightfoot's Endless Wire. I know what you're talking about on that album. I had that at one point or another. Yes, it comes with the DVD. It's got 7 songs. The live from Lyon, France. I did get the Best Buy one because it didn't have the DVD, I think, for the regular edition. So you're correct. I remember buying that thing back in 06 at Best Buy. But this one here that I was looking forward to, they kind of screwed up though. This came out in 69, not 70. Although I would like to go back in time and tell S.J. Rasso, hey, why the hell did you have to go and stamp your name on the sleeve and the 45 twice? Oh boy. Monkees Good Clean Fun with Mommy and Daddy. This is an Indianapolis pressing for those that get technical. On Cold Gems. I'm happy to have it. This is one of the ones that was on my list. The last one that I picked up was Teardrop City. I ended up getting the sleeve for that. So the only U.S. Cold Gems Monkees releases that I am still looking for are down to 2. I am looking for Porpoise Song with the picture sleeve and Oh My with the picture sleeve. That is going to probably be the most toughest one for me to find. This one here, I will explain. So Good Clean Fun. But this one, that song was recorded June 1st, 1968. Right? June 1st, 1968. But it didn't get released on 45 until September 6, 1969. The album Monkees Present Mickey Davey Michael comes out a couple weeks later. All right. So that track was recorded when all 4 of them were still together. But basically, it was Mike with Lloyd Green and Harold Bradley and a bunch of other country people, of course. This one here made it to number 82 on the Hot 100. Number 29 in the easy listening, so it squeaked into a top 30 actually for the easy listening on Billboard, and it made it to number 80 in Canada, and it almost made it to number 25 in Australia. Those Australians love the Monkees, and why not? Of course, Mommy and Daddy, this is the original censored version. The alternate version that is on the CD edition of Rhino, when they re-released Monkees Present, that may or may not have Peter Tork on bass because it was recorded originally in 68. But the one that's on here does not have Peter on bass for that. But I'm happy to have this in the Monkey collection. That is totally fun, in my opinion, on that. So let's see. Excuse me, I'm behind on my own comments. Shame on me. Got it, close local independent record store. See, that's cool. That's cool. Howdy, all. They're stoned. Pretty young eyes, but great finds there. Thank you. Like I said, it's fun. Puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass. Monkey's nice. Moss, thank you very much. Like I said, it took me a while. I try to get them, like I said, at a brick and mortar or a record show. I'd rather do that than eBay, but some of the things I'll have to probably pull the trigger and get on eBay eventually. Brandon says hi, and hey, badge, and hey, champ, brother O, just fan, fact. And then, love your fact. Don't forget, bro, the goat. Hey, dude, what up, homie? Feeling the blaze with you. See, now, there should be a band name called the Wonder Bong, and if there isn't, somebody go trademark that really fast. Rocking up to work 7 deep. There you go. The celestial rip. Yeah, I've called the Who the Two because ever since John died. Yeah, and what was it, 2002, 2003? Yeah, I tell you, I miss John. He would have. I don't understand why the hell Power of Love, Gary Wright, Pump It Loud, man. Poof. I don't, and that's the thing though. I just don't understand why the hell were you on Rob's stream this morning? Why the Who never did another album while John was alive after the 82's It's Hard. Now there's a little story here, and like I said, I brought it up before, and the problem is there's very little to verify it. But I do recall reading this in an interview. Okay, I don't know if it was Pete or it was John. It was one of the two, and that they were going to take a small break after the 82 tour, which ended in December. Toronto, if I remember correctly. Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens was the last. December 17, 1982, if I remember right, because I recorded the whole show, of course, before they put it on Who's Last in 1984. You can find it on vinyl and CD. But the thing is that, yeah, don't bogart that. Puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass. But needless to say, there was talk about getting Todd Rundgren to produce the next Who album. Okay, now, according to the interview, there was talks, but whether or not it went farther than that, we don't know. I do know that in the Scoop series, the Scooped, more Scoop, whatever the fuck, that there was demos that were made, 1 or 2 if I remember right. But could you imagine if the Who would have come back in 84, let's say, with a new album produced by Todd Rundgren? Todd Rundgren would have been like, he would have been wallowing in his own, while doing this, because that was one of his favorite fucking bands, So that's what I say about it. I think, truthfully, that would have been a great Who album. At least I'd like to think so. But needless to say, we never got another full studio Who album with John, right? From 82 all the way to his death in 0203. I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. Somebody in the comments let me know. I just know that it was the day before a tour in Vegas. Women and Coke, that is what I heard. But, the last thing that I remember seeing was that they were on one of those Elton John tribute albums, and they did a version of Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. If I remember correctly, it's 1990, and that's the last studio recording of the three because, of course, they were on Iron Man doing Dig and the cover of Fire from Crazy World of Arthur Brown. But that was it. And I'm just like, wow, only 3 songs over 20 years. I'm like, that's an injustice. We should have had some, like when they did that reunion tour in '89, which I should have went, damn it. They should have tried cutting an album in '90. I don't understand, but whatever. I'm just an idiot. All right. So those are those 2 things, right? Now we have some albums that I want to show you. And one of them I'm going to show you at the end is also going to be another future episode of Jukebox from Hell. That's right. Terry says, every copy of Porpoise Song I come across, the sleeves are screwed up. They should be solid black, but they have white running through them. That's very interesting. I think my memory is not so good right now. I've only ever come across 2 pictures, copies with picture sleeves. And I just know that, in my opinion, they were asking for too much. All right. Let's see. So then, album finds from the record show. We get to this. Now, I don't know if you know what this is. And yes, I know it's not an original. It's a 73 repress. But still, these albums, until we get to the last one, came out to $1 a piece, about like $1.20 a piece, okay? Not too shabby at all, I think. This is Jon Lord's originally released in November 1971. Like I said, this is a 1973 press. Your 1971 press would be Green Label Warner. Unfortunately, as I'm going to show you, the 73 repress would be Warner Palm, okay? But this is in really good shape. This is called Gemini Suite. This was involved with the London Symphony Orchestra. You also have 3 members of Deep Purple on this. You've got Jon Lord, Roger Glover, and Ian Pace, along with guitarist Albert Lee, Yvonne Elliman, of course, from Jesus Christ Superstar a couple of years before that, and also Tony Ashton from Ashton, Gardner, and Dyke. So, good old I'm the spiritual bread man, George Harrison, that type of stuff. But here's the front of the Gemini Suite. Here's the back. Okay. I can't wait to listen to this. I'm really kind of curious about it, to be honest with you. But definitely, like I said, for $1.20, I wasn't going to screw that up. And the conditions on these records are really good, actually. Really, really good. Yeah. Rob's a goon. The password is goon. You guys should be ashamed of yourself for showing up to that crap. Fact. You got a point there, really. I'm not going to lie to you. What I usually do is I'll watch it in double time sometimes, so it just zips right through. And sometimes I'll just skip sections if I'm bored, which is most of the time. What can you say? But to me, I don't really see much merit. But that's just me, That's just me. All right. Next. In my notes, page 2. This next one I was curious about because I've seen this before, but when I saw it, it was in crappy condition. Lover, Mr. Bigley. I come from a land down under. Indeed, if you're going to that channel, you have problems. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's leave this up for a second. If anybody has been caused emotional, physical, or spiritual harm by listening to Rob the Waxed's channel, you may be entitled to financial compensation. I love those commercials. Randall, Fredo, Richard James, another fellow Aussie. Yes, great. I love that. I love you Aussies, I do. Gliding down under. All right. Anyways, and believe it or not, this one is not a cutout. It's not. From 1979, St. Paradise. If you've ever heard of this, good for you. If you haven't, look at that. She's she's got her mouth on the end of a bulb. What does she think she is? Uncle Fester from Addams Family? Here's the front, here's the back, as you can see. Stamped, gold stamped promo. This, of course, will be on Warner Brother Records. Now, who's St. Paradise? Well, it actually says here on your little label, it says St. Paradise are Derek St. Holmes, former lead singer with Ted Nugent, Denny Carmisi, Carmisi? I don't know. Former drummer with Montrose and Sammy Hagar, and Rob Grange, former bass player with Ted Nugent. This is the only album that they ever did, was St. Paradise, 1979. Yes, 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 indeed. I love me some old school Nugent. 70s Nugent I thought was the best. All right. Let's see. Your Overheim. I've always had problems, Randy. We've all had problems. That's why we're here on the island of these Misfit Toys. All right. Next. Now, as it's no secret that I'm a Monkees fan, we've talked about this, but kind of for most Monkee fans, and I say most Monkee fans, oh, really? I didn't know they had a different cover for that. I can't wait to listen to it, though. I have not had a chance to listen to any of these yet. Thank you, Piccolina. But so most time, the Monkee fans seem to gravitate towards this particular duo. And I have too. Not everything they put out was great, but I like a lot of their material. And I could not believe that I found from 1967 this very clean copy. Hey, how you doing, Eric? It's okay. Can you believe that before Tony Orlando was offered that song, Badfinger was given an option for that? I'm so glad Badfinger didn't do it. That would have killed him. But in 1967, a very clean copy of Tommy Boyce, Bobby Hart Test Patterns. That's right. Yeah, it's got ring wear, but you know what? So what? Because I'm going to tell you something. On A&M, that was their little home. Very nice clean copy of this. I'm very happy to have it in the collection. They put out, if I remember correctly, 4 albums on A&M, but they were mainly known, of course, from 1965 to about 71-ish, before they disappeared for a few years, and of course went with Mickey and Davey to do Dolenz Jones, Boyce, and Hart for the One Studio, One Live album, and then they, well, after 1977, they kind of went poof. So they got about a little over a decade, But I'm glad to have this. They had good voices, and let's not, of course, forget the I Dream of Jeannie appearances and Bewitched and a few other things they were on. That song sucks. Well, maybe so. I can't promise nothing on that. I just can't. So then we get to the next and the final thing here for the record show finds, part Deux. So this is another one that's going to be on Jukebox from Hell. I've been looking for this. I had a chance to get this on CD a long time ago, and when I went to go get it, it was gone. Somebody else must have had either the same idea, or maybe they were going for, hey, it's Black Sabbath. I'm a Black Sabbath collector. Yeah, there's your hint right there. Or otherwise. Okay. So this, now let me read this here. The sticker says, the 1995 LP newly remixed by Tony Iommi on limited edition clear vinyl, and I'll show that, includes lyric sheet featuring The Illusion of Power, Guilty as Hell, and Get a Grip. we are speaking about the June 1995 Black Sabbath album, Forbidden. That's right. Oh boy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, the least probably said the better. I I really don't get it. I don't. Let me show you here what is in here. As they said, your your lyric sheet is in here. Okay. Um, and for this album, okay, yeah, this is funny. So basically, your lineup is such: Tony, of course, being on guitar, Neil Murray and Cozy Powell, formerly, of course, of Whitesnake. And they came back. They were in Black Sabbath a few years before. They were back as bass and drums. Tony Martin, this would be his last vocal album. Jeff Nichols also, this would be his last album after starting around Heaven and Hell, if I remember correctly. Or was it Never Say Die that Jeff Nichols popped up on keys? I can't remember. Ice-T, additional vocals on the Illusion of Power. And Ernie C. from Body Count goes and produces this whole entire thing. Now, Eddie Van Halen actually co-wrote a song and is uncredited on this particular album. Go figure. Now, this is of course brought to you by Warner Records. All right, and I'll show you. This is what it looks like. I'm not kidding you. I could see pretty good through there, but it's clear vinyl, just like I said. And I bought this from John Humphrey from Seether, and I told him exactly what we talked Sabbath for a little while. Actually, one of his favorite bands is Kiss, of course, but we were talking about Sabbath too, and how we both agree that they really need to get that Born Again album finished so that we can have that out, so I can listen to it again, since it's been a bit. Oh, I hate trying to put things back into places that just does not want to fit. That's what she said. There we go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your record show finds from this guy here anyway. So I'll be looking forward to going in late July and see what I can find. I appreciate you 43 people sticking around for this. I think that's great. Oh man. One hell of a peanut gallery tonight. You betcha. Yes, I know, but I'm going to, Marcus, I'm going to be taking a musical hand grenade for that. Like I said, Tony Martin sings on this. I heard it is a hard listen. Yes, you're right. But, for Jukebox from Hell, the rules are this. Either critics hated the album, the fans hated the album, or it charted so low, or not at all. Why? And by the way, for the sales of that album, at least in the United States, it didn't even make 200,000 copies sold. That's why we picked that one. And that would be the last Sabbath album till 2013's 13 would be coming out. So there on that. I always thought the line from The Police, "I can't stand losing," was funny. I seen you sent my letters back and my LP records, they're all scratched. That's right. I remember that line. Only missing the great Wyoming Dave and Joe Mayo and Danny Ambrosia fact. Yep, you're right on that. Truly sad. Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. Tame Down's fiance drowns at that rock cruise. Can you imagine that? That's crazy stuff. I mean, I only found out about that this afternoon. It's all good. I forgive you this time. Just don't do it again. No, I'm kidding. But in the world of wrestling, please, prayers go out to Brian Knobbs from the Nasty Boys. He is looking at possibly having to amputate a foot. I hope not, but the chance is there. It's about 50-50 chance right now. He's hospitalized. Say prayers for him, please, and thank you for that. So yeah, we pretty much got that going here. Did you hear there was no carbon leaks? Yes, you're talking about. Are you talking about Gene Hackman and in the house there? Because yeah, there was no carbon. There was no carbon leaks. It's a very strange story. I hope they get this figured out now. Before I forget, oh, your motorsports, your Motor Speedways Incorporated. Okay, when true, no music, no life is it's a fitting one. It is. So let me play, and I know I'll have to clean this one up too. But the new Dokken, yeah, I did say I was gonna play it, and then I may play one last thing. That hang on a minute. Come on. No, I don't want that either. This will teach me. Well, that's nice. That's that's nice art of freedom, but I'm not ready to talk about that right now. All right. So Dawkins got a new one, and it's called Saving Grace. Yeah, Saving Grace. So let's check. We're not gonna play all of this because I ain't in the mood to clean up everything. How about them apples? New Dawkins, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, it came out a week ago, so it's new to me. Mm. Anyways, oh, how you doing, son? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna do laundry?
Yeah.
Okay. This must be the new public image limited. Sure, John sure looks different. Oh boy, no worry. Well, yeah, no kidding. You're right on that. But I mean, I remember under lock and key. Our love is burning like a flame. I miss the old Dokken. Remember when we were rocking with Dokken? Um, you know what? I know. Wasn't a very long one today, but we're gonna pretty much do one last song. Yeah, one last song, and then I think we're gonna shut down the circus for today. This one here, if this doesn't go, how do I explain this? Um, shit, no, 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 no. I, I don't care. Carparts.com. All right. So somehow I tripped on earlier today. Yeah, I know. Alone again. Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah, the old Dokken's going to be the best Dokken. Yeah, I've heard that too. And he's coming to Hot Springs, like, oh, I think it's in April. Unchain the Night. Yes, yes. What happened to your crew, Paul? I never see anybody come up. Well, Randy, you're going to have to listen to the early part of the video for this. You're going to have to do a little rewind. So very thankful. It's by the time I get done with the song and everything, it's only going to be a 75-minute episode today. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for her. I don't speak for anybody but for myself. Into the fire. It's not love. Anyways, so I don't know. I tripped on a cover of this song, but I said, you know what? There's a song that I actually liked better, and it was the original. See, now, Lynch Mob, I would have loved to. I got a wicked sensation, breaking the chains. So this one here, I don't know. It gets my blood pumping all the time. So we'll talk a minute or two after this, but Primal Scream, they did a really good song back in the day called Rocks. And I think everybody can they want to get their rocks off. Get their rocks off. Jesus, we were only 2 minutes into the damn song. Bastards. In 94, the lead singer Depeche Mode pushed for Primal Scream to be their opening act because he knew they had all the good smack. These YouTube people really just need to go after somebody else. You know what I'm saying? By the time they even put me back on, we'll already have the show over. So let's see. Later, all he won't come back. Yeah, that's right. Probably not. Go out in a blaze of glory. Stream down. Spirits up. Stream down. That's okay. It was the last straw. See, I shouldn't have done it. Fuck them. They don't like Primal Scream. How dare they? They're so rude. They're so rude. But you know what, though? Well, what can I do? Everybody's got choices. Everyone has choices. I wonder if they would have dinged me if I played the Rod Stewart version. That one cooked too, though, I thought. LOL. All right. So to the 36 people here, I really appreciate you being around. Like I said, we're going to do a new Jukebox from Hell. Yeah, I know. That is kind of funny. I guess karma got me in the ass without lube. But it could look. There's a lot more horrible songs than that, Randy, that I've probably played on this show. Trust me, or that you've heard on a radio or something. There's always going to be somebody that's got a shittier song than the one we think is the shittiest song in the world. That's all there is to it. It was a tie with the new die. Right. You're no help. None of you people. None of you people. I said you people. See, you got a laugh out of him. That's great. Anyways, so probably you want to talk about crappy music. You just wait till I get. Look at this. You just wait until I get done with this Paul McCartney Chaos and Creation in the Backyard Jukebox from Hell review. I took another musical grenade for you people so far. I am not enjoying this album very much at this point. And I like Paul, but oh boy. Anyways, so you know what? I love you people. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about Psychos Platters. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't done so yet, that'd be nice. It's not a requirement. Nothing's ever a requirement. But I really want to thank the people who got here. We got up to like about 42 people in here again today. And that was nice. I'll wait it out. Yay. Well, remember this. Always powered by coffee each and every time. I've been here 14 years. Lord willing, I hope I'm going to be here for another 14 years to entertain you guys. Maybe by that time I'll have 2,000 subs. And this is another thing that you need to ingrain in your brain. Psychos Platters is a Love Peace production.